It is 9:12. I'm meteorologist Ashley Ruiz. I wanted to give you guys an update on Tropical Storm Beta that is just off the coast of central Texas, the central Gulf Coast of Texas. 68 degrees right now. It's cloudy, it's gloomy, it's wet, and it's windy as well. East-northeast wind at 16 miles per hour. In the Baton Rouge metro, we have some light, maybe moderate rainfall, but generally speaking on the light side, you see that light green that's indicating some light precipitation. Closer to Abbeville, just near the coast, that's where we are seeing the heaviest of rain, and that's likely where we will see the heaviest of rain today. As I mentioned, it is going to be breezy. We have winds out the east-northeast and east between 5 and 15 miles per hour with higher wind gusts, around 21 miles per hour in Gonzales, and then Belle Chase around 25 miles per hour, 22 in the New Orleans metro. Temperatures are in the 60s and 70s. Dew point temperatures as well, pretty nice, especially along and north of the 10 and 12 corridor with winds again out of the east-northeast. But in the coming days, our dew points are going up because winds will begin to pick up out of the south. And this is all associated with Tropical Storm Beta. So there's Tropical Storm Beta, again, just sitting off the central coast of Texas. And then another area to watch is an area of disorganized weather near the Bahamas. Eventually in the coming days, it's just going to drift to the south, may even loop around and then move over Cuba into the southeastern Gulf of Mexico or near the Florida Straits. And that's when the National Hurricane Center is giving it a 20% chance for formation. So that will be something to watch. Also, Beta is in disorganized mess this morning. We are seeing a good bit of convection near the center. So here's the center of Beta that blew up overnight. But then we have some wind shear and some dry air that's starting to get sucked into it, and that is why most of the moisture is well away from the center of that, and that will likely continue to be the case. This is the latest track as of 4 a.m. We'll have another track around 10 a.m., but I'm not expecting a big change. But it is forecast to either make landfall or come close to making landfall in along the central coast of Texas tonight and into early Tuesday, and then eventually it will make this loop. We'll have to see how quickly that happens because it could either ride along the coast or move across land. But either way, we're not expecting it to rapidly intensify or anything like that because it is battling the dry air and wind shear. But it will be weaker as it moves over southwest Louisiana sometime Wednesday and into Thursday, and then it will accelerate to the northeast into Friday, and that's when it will eventually just dissipate. But until then, we're going to be dealing with some days where we have some really heavy rainfall, and especially on Tuesday. That, as of right now, looks to be the day where we could see some of those rain bands moving from south to north. But you see how the circulation is, or the rain is wrapping around that area of circulation. So right now we generally have rain moving from southeast to northwest, and zooming in you can see where the heaviest of rain is closer to the Lafayette viewing area near the coast with some offshore rain as of right now. We have a flash flood watch in effect through Wednesday evening, so areas all the way from the central Texas coast all the way to the mouth of the Mississippi River, St. Bernard Parish as well. This does not include St. Tammany and then Washington parishes, but it does include the entire Be Our Proud viewing areas. Rain estimates could be 4 to 6 inches with locally higher amounts. Now, I did mention Tuesday may be the day where we have the highest rainfall, or the heaviest of rain, I should say. This looks a little funny, I know. I'm having issues with some of the data, but today we're under marginal and slight risk for excessive rainfall. As for Tuesday, a slight and a moderate risk for excessive rainfall, perhaps for some of those rain bands setting up from south to north. And Wednesday, a slight risk for excessive rainfall. Now, there's a lot of uncertainties on what kind of rainfall totals we'll see here in the capital city. You can see our in-house model, the RPM, is saying maybe 1/10 of an inch over the next 60 hours. The GFS, almost 2.5 inches. The NAM, less than 1/2 of an inch. But the European is being a bit excessive, but I'm not discounting that an isolated spot could see this kind of rain if we get those rain bands setting up from south to north. As of right now, the 3-day rainfall totals look to be, generally speaking, between 4 and 6 inches with locally higher amounts. But if you get caught under some of these rain bands, especially the ones that move from south to north, you could get some training. You could double or triple those amounts. So that is something we're really going to have to watch for. As for coastal flooding, that is also going to be a potential threat when we especially have this persistent easterly wind. So that's why we have coastal flood advisories, coastal flood warnings. That's more so near Grand Isle all the way, including the South Shore parishes, Upper and Lower Jefferson Parish, St. Bernard Parish, Plaquemine Parish, those areas. Now, areas on eastern facing shorelines, including Lake Marpon areas in the light green, that is a coastal flood advisory for 1 to 2 feet of inundation. That's mainly during high tide. Also, it's going to be windy, as I mentioned. We're not under any formal advisories or warnings, but it is going to be windy. But these areas under the wind advisory could see sustained winds between 15 and 25 with gusts up to 40. And then areas under the tropical storm warning could see 20 to 30 with gusts up to over 40. Again, another look at our live tower cam this morning, cloudy, gloomy, and tracking some of those lighter showers you see in the Baton Rouge Metro, just some light rain, whereas closer to Abbeville, New Iberia, west of Pierre Part, near Franklin, over Vermilion Bay, that's where we're seeing some heavier rainfall. Looking at the futurecast, the RPM model, again, it's showing off and on showers. This is the one model that said that we won't even get much over 1/10 of an inch of rain over the next 60 hours. Again, something we're going to have to watch. But all in all, expect some wet weather. Now, the HRRR, this is the 36-hour extended model. This is showing some rain bands setting up later this morning, and then heading into Tuesday, that's when we'll have to watch for those south to north rain bands. So rain chances over the next 5 days elevated around 70%, maybe a little higher on Tuesday, 70% Wednesday, 60 on Thursday, and as beta begins to exit the region, 30%. Your weather headlines, again, rainy and breezy at times due to beta. The flash flooding risk is going to continue through Wednesday, so be sure to stay weather aware. But looking ahead 8 to 14 days out, this is something to look forward to. Perhaps the Climate Prediction Center saying below average temperatures for the heart of the country, including the deep south, so let's hope for that. As for this, the available moisture in place. This is the precipitable water, the GFS model. This is showing still a good bit of tropical moisture through Thursday. Here's Friday, still a little elevated. And then possibly here's Sunday night into Monday. Perhaps some dry continental air just sliding into the region. Possibly even drier air. You see those purple colors? That would indicate mid next week, early to mid-week next week, we could have some super dry air in place, which would allow our temperatures to drop. Let's hope for that. Tomorrow is the first day of fall, and it's going to feel like it because our temperatures are going to be below average, but that's because of the rainy weather. It is going to be more humid, temperatures near 77 degrees. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, temperatures will gradually warm back into the low and mid 80s, and it will be a bit humid. As for this weekend, LSU is at home, first game of the season against Mississippi State. Around a 30% chance for rain. Temperatures will be in the mid 80s. Now Sunday, mid and upper 80s possibly before that front moves in. And next week we could see temperatures dropping into the lower 80s and overnight temperatures possibly in the lower 60s when we're waking up at times next week. But that's still a ways out, but it's something to look forward to, something to continuously watch. But again, if you are just joining us or you see this later, Tropical Storm Beta, even though it has weakened, we're still anticipating some effects from it in the form of possibly some heavy rain locally, heavier rain, again maybe 4 to 6 inches of rainfall over the span of the next few days with locally higher amounts and coastal flooding along with some breezy conditions. So here's another look at the flash flood watch. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, you can reach out to us on Facebook. You can email us, email me at aruiz@brproud.com, but now would be the time to download our free BR Proud app. You can get storm alerts, updates, tropical satellite. You can track the tropics with us just at the palm of your hands. It's available for download for free on the App Store and Google Play Store. So we're going to wrap things up. Again, if you have any questions, we're on Facebook, so please type below, say where you're watching from. I'll go back and answer some of your questions, comments, concerns, anything like that. So be sure to check back in with us. Chief Meteorologist Jesse Gunkel will be on NBC Local 33 and Fox 44 during the evening newscast. I'm sure he will also do another Facebook update, and we'll also have meteorologist Jasmine Lomax in studio as well. So be sure to stay weather aware, take care, and have a great day. Bye, guys.